That what you see. He was like, man, you didn't say that. Yeah, that's kind of big.
Joshua Party to kick off.
Mike Tirico alongside Greg Oates and Joshua Party. We'll get it underway. Off we go in the rain here in Seattle. Get across the 20.
Hell yeah.
Hold on, let me share this damn screen.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you back. I'm about to go to the store.
All right.
Mark, when you're ready, just call me.
All right.
All right.
At the 22-yard line.
22-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. 60 ready. Clock 10. Set.
On play action, Love. Oh, fine work there defensively. Got that hand in there. That pass is incomplete. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there. And it'll be second down.
And the defender does such a good job, Mike, not only putting himself in position to make the play, but how often do we see guys that are there and they just can't quite make it? In this case, he's there, knocks the ball down, really nice play.
He'll pop his head for about 4, but it will set up third down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up third and 5.
Ready, break. Fight, 6. Let's go now.
Back to throw is Love. And that is incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game? They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
So the drive stalls out, and here's the Aussie, Mitch Wishnowsky, to punt. And we will not see a return on this one, as it will be marked down.
44-yard line.
Got it. Ready? Ready?
They'll run, and for the first time, it's Jonathan Brooks. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. About 15 yards to kick it off the drive. It's a first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
And it's a gain of 20 on the heels of another big play to begin this drive.
They do a really nice job of taking everything away initially, but you have to keep the quarterback in the pocket, especially if you're playing man coverage. You simply can't ask your coverage unit to match up and cover that long.
Off the play fake, here's Daniels.
Yeah.
Hit by the all-pro safety, Kirby Joseph. And he's going to set his guys up well. Nice return. The offense is going to have it just past the 40-yard line.
Right, 90 seconds, still, 22 meters. Here we go, ready?
He'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
On the run to the right. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact. And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
Here's Mitch Wisnowski now. They'll be looking for something a little better than that first effort, which he shanked. That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line.
Ready? 18 Cardinals, 18 Cardinals. Ready?
To throw is Daniels on 1st and 10. Here's a screen set up for Benson. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. 18 yards. A great way to start the drive. It's a first down. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. They'll run first carry of the game for Trey Benson. Running very difficult in these conditions. He gets forward here for a gain of about 3.
Okay, ready?
Just shy of midfield. Here's second down. Off the bootleg. Here's Daniels. Out to his right. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
Here we go, here we go. Viking, 18.
We'll try and run it with Brooks. But he goes nowhere. Call doesn't pan out. It's going to bring up fourth down.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
He's got his man, Matt Booten. And he's going to have the Cardinals first down. They wind up getting 13 yards on that fourth down conversion.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
1st and 10.
Personal lead.
On the ground, it is Brooks. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
Escaping to his left. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. It is a big gain for Arizona. 31 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
2 yards from 6 points. It is first down and goal.
Let's go now. Go.
Brooks. And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line.
Well, it's clear they didn't have a lot of confidence in their ability to generate enough push inside. That's why they decided to attempt this run on the perimeter. But watch the speed and pursuit of this defense to string this ball out. And they're able to take them down for a loss.
Ready, ready. 70 Lions. Ready.
Benson. And this one ruined quickly. Take them back to the 5-yard line.
It makes sense on 2nd and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have 3rd down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on 3rd and goal.
Oh, he feels the pressure, and he'll go down back at the 6.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field.
So on comes Joshua Carty to try this field goal. This about as short as you can get. Carty's kick is good. And the Cardinals will take a 3-0 lead.
Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit. He does a great job here able to put that one through.
And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line.
Switch. There, ready?
We'll go play action with Love. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. He was looking for Keenan Allen on that one. And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
And you can see the quarterback, he's looking up at the Jumbotron after that throw, Mike. He knows he just got away with one, and he's thinking, all right, what do I got to do to make an adjustment that it's not so close the next time?
Jonathan Taylor to the 20. And he will dive into the end zone. 80 yards. Touchdown, Seattle. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
A run with Brooks to begin this drive. And tough running there. He's up to the 32. Christian Rosebooth there on the tackle. It is 2nd and 6.
60 Bison.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
That's good for the Cardinals. First down. A gain of 13 yards. First down.
We are through one. It's the Seahawks with the early lead. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. Second quarter starts. Cardinals in possession of the football as they've got it with first and 10.
Come on, come on.
A carry now for Brooks. Finding space inside the 40. Ooh. And he will go all the way. Jonathan Brooks. Touchdown, Cardinals. That's his 8th touchdown of the season. Taking care of business on the ground. They run it into the end zone to put 6 on the board.
Mike, some of the hardest elements to coach for a running back is vision and patience. And in this case, you saw both of them on display, and he's able to take the long run all the way to the house for 6.
Joshua Carty comes out now for the extra point. No problem with the footing. The kick is good. And the Cardinals are on top. It's now 10-7. Here's Carty now. Will kick it away following the touchdown. This will be returned from the 6. Not much on the return. We'll stop that for 17.
Trouble, 38. Here we go. Ready?
On first down, they'll start with Taylor. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
A 7-yard pickup.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 3.
Come on, set. 52 blue. Ready.
From the gun, it's Love. He finds his tight end. That's Brenton Strange. And him up and down, just shy of the 40. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it will wind up being a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
On the ground, it's Taylor. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
He'll let this go deep for Diggs. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force third down.
Here we go. 45 blue strike. Hut.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And that is incomplete.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on third down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of third down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Ready. They'll go play action here with Daniel. That's into the hands of Jonathan after the catch. It's second down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
from the 34-yard line. Here's second down and 2.
Get it.
A give. Here's Benson. He's got room to the 45. And he'll be forced out of bounds. A gain there of 21. It's an Arizona first down.
Watch the running back's patience here, Mike. He's slow, and then he hits it. That's the key here. If he goes too fast, their linemen aren't ready yet. Really well executed. Great run.
Timeout Seahawks. That is their second. And they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. They'll come up here, first and 10.
Ready. Count.
He's got his tight end, Arande Gadsden the second.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. They knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
Play action. Here's Daniels. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm. And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
A field goal, no gimme from this distance. They'll go on fourth down. They'll try it now with Brooks. First down and more inside the 20. And he'll be forced out of bounds. Give them 19 yards as they get the fourth down conversion.
And everyone in the stadium knew where the ball was going, and it didn't matter. And we see so often these third and fourth and short situations. There's such good opportunities to generate chunk plays, Mike, because you think how many bodies are up at or near the line of scrimmage, and it's exactly the case here. Keeps the drive alive.
He's in. Marvin Harrison Jr. Touchdown, Arizona.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. And you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns. And that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Kick it away following the touchdown. From the 6, here comes a return. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line.
Okay, drill 52. Come on, set. Ready?
Off the play fake. Here's Love. Flush to his right. He's going to tuck it and go.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
At the 23-yard line.
Hey, here we go. Here we go. 33, yellow. 43 rail, ready.
They'll work the middle here with Taylor. And they'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to third down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. Third and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
The Seahawks
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33.
Ready, set.
They'll run here with Carey. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. 18 yards on the pickup there. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. The former Nittany Lion, Chop Robinson, gets him for a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down.
Got it. Striker, 3-3. Set, hut. Blue, 36-5, 97. Ready?
Now Love. The pressure gets there again, and again he goes down. Arizona will take its first timeout. Clock will stop. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line.
Ready? Get it.
On play action, Daniels. Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
Intercepted. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Down, hut.
Throwing is Love. Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Cardinals.
That's about as bad as it can possibly get, Mike. You're only one play into the drive. You're trying to establish a little early rhythm, get something going, and now you're jogging off the field watching your opponent celebrate in the end zone. So they're going to have to come back out here on offense pretty quickly, regroup, take a deep breath, and try to bounce back.
On comes Joshua Carty for the extra point. Through the rain, the kick is good. And the Cardinals up their lead. It's now 24-7.
Joshua Carty to kick off.
Very little time remaining in this first half as this kick is away. He's going to elect not to bring this one out. Probably a wise decision as this ball comes out to the 35.
Ready, ready. Yellow, 22. 22 needle.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Now, right on the heels of the pick six, he is intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And he is going to score. A pick six for the touchdown.
And Mike, and as bad as things seem, especially after that last play, the key to playing quarterback in this league, if you're going to allow bad plays to lead to more bad plays, you're not going to last very long. So it's the value of, hey, can you win the next play? And then the play after that. Those are the guys that really make it in this league, and we're going to get a good test of it right here.
Now Seattle will use the final timeout, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. Carney now to add the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Cardinals add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. Just 8 seconds now until halftime, and the kick's away. A couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 17.
Ready, ready. Strike. Check, strike. Here we go. Black, 90, ready.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. He fields it at the 8. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Here we go, set.
They'll start this on the ground with Brooks. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. From the 25, here's 2nd and 9.
Ready, ready.
On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Cordell Flott.
So we saw in the first half, Mike, they were willing to take some risks. It allowed them to build this halftime lead. Now the opposing sideline, they're looking to fight back. They're looking to cut that lead down. That's what that coverage seemed. It looked like they baited that quarterback to force that errant throw and lead to that turnover. Now it's their offense coming back on the field with a chance to cut this deficit.
A good spot here. 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Set.
They'll go again here with Kittle. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. They get 15 on that game. 1st down, Seattle.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
10 cycles. Let's go. Ready?
On play action, he'll set up to throw. To his left.
You have to admire when quarterbacks are willing to put their head down and fight for some extra yardage, Mike. Sometimes the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Get down, protect yourself, live to play another snap.
52 blaster. Set.
On second down, Love. Oh, looking end zone, but it is out of the reach of the receiver and incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Set.
From the gun, on third down, it's Love. And that is incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
97.
The field goal unit staying put. They're going to line up and go for this on fourth down. He connects with the open man. That's Myers. And they're going to pick it up here. They took a chance and it paid off. First and goal coming up.
Striker. 3-3. Hunt.
Taylor is in. Touchdown, Seattle.
Mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and it's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Here's McLaughlin now. The score, he'll kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line.
At their own 37-yard line.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. Cougar 19.
To throw is Daniels. Oh, trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficient, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
He runs with it, and he is out of bounds. That's a couple yards short of the marker, and it'll bring up third down.
Ready, set. Ready. Panther 60. Panther 60.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That's into the hands of Thornton. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. The defense was right there, but a gain of 2. Good enough for the first down.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that first down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
On the handoff, this is Brooks. And he'll try to keep his footing, manages to work it ahead for a couple of yards.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 7. Here comes the screen to Brooks. On the move past the 40. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. 22 yards, the pickup there. It's good for a Cardinals first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And In this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Ready. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That's to the left side. Hauled in by Leggett. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Give it up the middle to Brooks. And the Cardinals are going to have 1st and goal. He's inside the 10. Mark him at the 7.
The story of this drive has just been their ability to sustain and get fresh sets of down. Now, in this case, after picking up that big gain on the ground, they find themselves 1st and goal.
Okay, ball sitting at the 7. 1st and goal. Come on. Here's a run.
And he's been on an absolute tear throughout this entire game. Like, he's averaging over 10 yards per carry. And anytime you can run the ball with that explosiveness, it's just going to be hard to beat.
From the 1, 2nd and goal. Off the play fake, here's Daniels. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Jaden Daniels. Touchdown, Arizona. 2 touchdowns for him now in the afternoon. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this 3rd quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the 1st half, they picked right back up here to start the 3rd quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
Here's Cardi now, kicking away following the touchdown. And he will not attempt to return, so this will come out now to the 35-yard line.
Clock, 10. Down. Ready?
On play action, Love. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
2nd and 10. Now, faking the give. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by their rookie 2nd-rounder. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their 1st read. By the time he gets to the 3rd or 4th read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jump that route, challenge the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
Let's go now.
Now Daniels throwing on 1st and 10. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed.
You know, Mike, we're seeing both these offenses come out here and play a little fast and loose in the passing game. The last 2 throws for each team, both resulting in an interception. Now, don't get me wrong. Neither of these secondaries is going to complain. They'll happily feast on those type of throws the rest of the game. But I get a sense on these next 2 drives, come out here, establish the run, dose of ground and pound. Let's settle things down offensively and regroup for the rest of this game.
From the 43, here's 2nd and a couple. He'll run. This is Jordan Mason. And he'll take this one forward for about 3. And that's a first down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Ready, right. Here's first and 10.
Set. Jump 60, ready.
Love. He's going to let this one go deep. And for the fourth time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Jeremy Chinn. And a nice return here as well. It takes it up to the 45-yard line.
If you're going to run this route against corners coverage, Mike, you have to do a better job of running the route flatter. The quarterback is going to trust that you are going to uncover right when that guy comes out of his break, but he rounds the route just a little too much and ends up being a costly mistake.
Go!
On first down, Daniel. That'll be swung out wide to Brooks. And he'll be out of bounds as the first down completion nets about 3.
At his own 48-yard line. It's a pickup of 3.
From the 48-yard line, here's second down and 7.
Here we go. Cougar 19.
On the ground, that is Brashard Smith. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
And the big man in the middle swallows him up right at the line of scrimmage, and I think the next time this offensive play caller decides to go to the ground game, Mike, I bet you he's going to find a different place along that defensive front to attack.
3rd and 6.
70 Timberwolves.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Got it. Ready?
This is 3rd and 6.
Ready.
On the ground, Benson begins the 4th quarter. And he's got nowhere to go. That defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, Jack Browning is on to punt. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up.
Set. Ready.
We'll go play action with Love. Oh, a loose football. Looked like one of the Seahawks was in there and did keep the ball with Seattle.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Ready. Black. 95.
A run. And here's Mason. And he's going to give ground and lose yardage here. Back to the 6.
Well, not a great start to this drive offensively. You take the sack on 1st down, and you're thinking, all right, let's go to the ground game. Let's pick up some of the lost yardage. But then you take a loss again, and now it sets up 3rd and real long, and you find yourself in a tough spot.
Ready.
Not fun here. 3rd and a lot.
Ready. Set.
Here's Love. He'll find Diggs working across the field. A pretty good comeback, to say the least. Not enough for a 1st down, but a really solid pickup. And it brings us to 4th down.
On the set. Shot. 17. Come on. Set. Clock. 10. Hut.
They'll go for it. Love. Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. Picked off by Jeremy Chin. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. So they make the decision on 4th down to try to go for it. Instead, it goes back the other way for a pick 6.
Yeah, and anytime you go for it on 4th down, you're saying, hey, we don't mind rolling the dice and taking some chances. In this case, it backfires. The defense is able to capitalize, and they take it all the way back the other way.
Here's Cardi now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. He'll start at the 2. And with a well-placed kickoff, that's what these new rules can do for you. They're going to be back up now to start this drive.
Let's go. Red, 38. Me. 52 blaster. Ready.
He'll run. This is Mason. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6.
22 needle. Hut.
On the ground is Mason. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
He's got his man. Allen with the connection. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Ready.
To throw is Love. He's going to let one go, looking for Myers. And he's just throwing ducks up there. Another ball intercepted. Picked off by Zion McCollum. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
Well, Mike, this is entering the wrong kind of rarefied air. I mean, as in, it's only happened a handful of times since the turn of the millennium rare. It's an entire season's worth of picks thrown in just one game. I think at this point, you junk the playbook, you light it on fire, and we're just going to start from scratch next week.
Okay, ready? Ready.
On 1st and 10, here's Daniel. Looking to get that wide receiver screen set up, but this one will not work. It's incomplete.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while, it seemed like everything the offense did hit. And after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
That one to the end zone, but incomplete. Dante Thornton was the intended target. And it'll be 3rd down.
Here we go. Let's go.
Working out of the gun, it's Daniel. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game. Like, it just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more. I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
Cardi back out following the made field goal. He'll kick this one away. This placed in the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line.
18-yard line.
Watch out now. 50 Fury. Still. Check here. Set.
Trying to start on the ground. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
You know, Mike, what separates the really elite defensive edge players from everybody else is not only their ability to rush the passer. That's what everybody focuses on. But, man, the defensive ends that are good in the run game, those are the guys that never leave the field.
That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
Fight. 97. Here we go. Here we set.
From the gun, it's Love. Down the field, but it falls incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, you're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws.
Not coming off the field, and here's 4th down.
Come on. Set.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. That is incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on 4th. Gonna give the ball over on down.
Result of the play is a
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
Hey, Cowboys. Ready.
They'll run here with Benson. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
Play action. Here's Daniels. He'll get this off to Mostert. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Ready.
A tough spot here. 3rd and long.
Ready.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. He's got it inside the 5. And he will have the 1st down. Even with 3 timeouts on the other side, they're going to be able to run this baby all the way down.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. A 2nd effort, and he is in. Trey Benson. Touchdown, Cardinals. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
Here's Cardi now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. This taken just shy of the goal line. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start.
At their own 20-yard line.
Blaster. 10 cycle. Set hut. 22 needle. Claw 10. Hut, hut.
Off the play fake. Here's Love. Over the middle, it is Strange.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. And you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Give them 14 on that one. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense. When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
Strike. Hey, go steal.
We'll try to get this one on the ground.
It's fourth down.
Offense staying out there for this fourth down.
Ready?
Here's Love. That's taken in. And will be brought down there. And that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter.
And the Seahawks
set to go now on first and 10.
at the 48-yard line.
Down. Ready.
Handoff here. Up the middle. And will be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So it's a win for the visitors, the Cardinals. And it is their third consecutive victory. They continue to play great football here in this latest stretch. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.